Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for attending this conference. My name is Bel. I'm a Spanish digital artist, and next week, just in 1 week, I will turn 30 years old. In such an amount of time, many things have changed in my life, but there's one that's been there since almost the beginning: art. I'm here to talk to you all about it, about how it came into my life, how it saved it, and how it keeps doing it every day. So at a very young age, I discovered how cheerful drawing made me. My first drawing was a picture of a horse, or that's what I saw. I was really impressed by my skills. Any other person would look at that scribbling and most probably would have seen anything at all but nonsense lines and colors. But for me, it was almost a miracle made truth. I don't remember, I don't have that drawing anymore, but I remember it well enough to recreate it. So it was something like this. It was magic. Like, imagining things and putting them directly from my mind to the paper was almost magic to me. Although it was not always satisfying because it was not exactly as it was in my mind, it was joyful nonetheless. So the thing with art, as well as with joyful and soul-filling things in this world we live in, where the main goal is to make money, is that art doesn't, not always. Well, yeah, I need to breathe. Yeah, art is usually just served to distract or to attract attention. And if it isn't useful in any way, it's just a hobby. Also, that's what I used to believe. So it was never really an option to me when people asked me as a kid what I wanted to be as an adult. I just knew I wanted to be happy and that I didn't want to wake up early every day, but who does that? But I didn't know if that was possible. So I was 17 when my parents came to me very seriously as they were sending me to war and told me they allowed me to study fine arts, even though they thought it was not the best option of a career. And it's funny because until that moment, it didn't really get into my mind that that idea would be possible. Like for me, artists with capital A, they don't really have a place in this world. Like people like Van Gogh, Monet, Picasso, they are from the past. Nowadays, maybe, I don't know, in fiction worlds, but not in the real one. So it's not that funny to think that that same mindset, like there is no place for an artist in this world, was the same one that dragged me into a depression not many years later. Like, they were not a place for me either. Finishing my degree, I realized there's a mold for people to fit in. Like a hoop we'll have to jump through if we want to live happily in this society, or just to live, scratch the happily. And in that hoop, in that loop, it didn't fit anything bigger than a person. It didn't fit dreams, it didn't fit wings, I didn't fit. So in order to get through it, I had to rip my wings, like my passions, my dreams, everything, or make them small enough if I wanted to be part of society. And even the mere thought of doing it was harmful and devastating. But now, even in the worst days, when anxiety and apathy tinted my days in neutral gray, only music and drawing could color it back again. Only art could do that. Okay. Yeah, because when I draw, the world around me blurs. Like, it's just me and the world I'm imagining in my mind and by my hands, the one that exists. So in that world, there is no darkness. In that world, my ideas could be seen more clearly, and that's where I find myself, like drawing. I realized that when you get out of your tiny bubble of daily problems, nonsense drama, and unmet expectations, you realize how tiny those problems are, how fleeting time is, and how do you want and do not want to spend the ephemeral time we have in this world. And I knew it already as a kid. I didn't want to wake up early every morning. I still don't want to go to a 8-to-5 job, just trading my soul for money, just for a place to live. And it's not that easy. Like, I'm not going to lie to you that it was like thinking about it and I was magically healed and everything was, no. It is a tough path, the one I chose. Yeah, yeah, the one that you have to go against all the things you ever believed. That was true and it wasn't. Yeah, another wrong thing I used to believe also was that I was alone in this. And it was just when I started traveling solo around the world and meeting friends from all over the place, I realized how wrong I was. Yeah, because there was a lot of people out there living lives not just different from mine, but different from the one I thought it was the only one available, that made me realize that maybe I wasn't the only one not wanted to fit in. Maybe I wasn't the only one creating a world of my own. So yeah, I think that in that path that you choose, if you learn when to stop and breathe, when you get surrounded by people that push you forward, the path is easier. Okay. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Oh yeah, the system. I mean, yeah, I wonder, like, if there were so many people not wanting to fit into the system, maybe I wasn't a mistake in the system. Maybe it was the system that is mistaken, right? I don't know, maybe? Yeah, okay, yes. Now I'm sure how I want to live my life. I want to do it by creating worlds in my mind, by my hands, by drawing, by writing, with colors and with care. And yeah, and without guilt and without fear, just because it fulfills me and brings me peace, not because I have to pay the monthly rent. And I know this is not an easy path. I know that sometimes I will be like not being able to afford some plans, that sometimes I will almost be hungry, but every path has its ups and downs. And knowing the downs in mind, I will still choose it every time. Yep. If you're studying arts and doing all these things, like crazy living of an artist, makes me a crazy person, then so be it. But am I? Because for me, crazy is just another word for bravery. And I think I'm brave enough to fight for my happiness. And I am now happy, which is much more than what I used to be, and still much less than what I can be if I keep surrounding myself with people that push me forward and I keep swimming. So if you ever if you're there to try this path, count me in to push you forward too. And always remember that you are not alone in this, and the world is the size you want it to be. So thank you so much again for being here, and please, wait, this is the final sentence. Okay, never let your fears be stronger than your dreams. That's it.